Let's take a look at every me-made sweatshirt in my wardrobe. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Tamlin and this is Sewn on the Tyne, and I'm here today to share with you every me-made sweatshirt that I own. I'm wanting to audit my wardrobe a little bit. I want to take a look at what I've got in my wardrobe, what I'm wearing, what I'm not, and use that to help me form my sewing plans moving forward. The thought of doing my whole wardrobe was really intimidating and overwhelming. So I thought, let's break it down into categories, take one category at a time, look at everything that I've got, pull it all out, look at them all, share them with you, talk through them, move some things on, put some things back in the wardrobe, look at where the gaps are, look at what fabric I've got, look at what patterns I've got, and make some plans and some new versions to add to my wardrobe. So I hope this is going to be something that you are going to enjoy, seeing my process and seeing my thoughts along the way. I decided to start with sweatshirts because they're one of my favourite things to sew, they're one of my favourite things to wear, and I love a sweatshirt fabric. That I love buying and looking for new sweatshirt fabrics. And also, it's probably the garment that I've got the most of in my wardrobe. So I thought it was time to pull them all out, try them all on, talk through them all with you, look at what I want to keep, what I love, what brings me joy, look at maybe moving some on if they're not bringing me joy anymore. In terms of what I'm going to do with any of the sweatshirts that I no longer want. Now, I know people talk about this often and talk about the fact that not many charity shops accept me-made garments because they're not labelled and they don't have the safety information and things like that. I've got a couple of wonderful charities close by, local to me in Newcastle and Gateshead, that provide things to people in need directly, so they don't sell them, it's not a shop. I donate directly to these charities on a regular basis, and that's where any of my me-made garments go that I no longer need or want, or that no longer serve me. So they get passed on, and it brings me joy to know that it's helping somebody else, and I know that they will go directly to the people in need rather than potentially going to a charity shop and then going into a rag bag because the charity can't accept them. It's worth checking out what is available in your local area in terms of passing on your me-made clothes, because there's definitely a need for them out there, and it's great for them to go to people who could really use them. Throughout this video, I'm going to be standing up and trying on and talking through the different sweatshirts. I won't be able to tell you all of the sizing information because I can't store all of that information in my head while I'm doing it. I will pop everything down in the description box down below, so there will be a link to the patterns that I talk about, and if you go to those patterns you can see the size range that they are available in. I'll also tag any fabric shops where I've purchased the fabric from if I can remember. They probably won't still have the fabrics in stock because none of these have really been recent makes. Maybe one or two of them have. If they have, I'll link the direct fabric. If not, I'll just link the fabric shop. I'll also pop my measurements down below, and if I can remember the size I made, I'll pop that down below. But bear in mind, these sweatshirts have been made over the last 5 to 6 years. Within that time, my size and shape has changed, and don't know how useful it will be for you to know that information, but I will pop it down below anyway, just in case you want to see that. All that being said, we're going to have a little look at all of the me-made sweatshirts in my current wardrobe. You might think when you're watching, oh, where's that one, or where's that one that Tamlin made a while ago? If they're not in this video, it's because I've passed them on already. So this is every single me-made sweatshirt that I currently have in my wardrobe. Let's take a look. So it will be no surprise to any of you that the Helen's Closet Jackson sweatshirt is my most made and probably my most worn, I would say. I went through a phase of being really obsessed with this pattern. This is one of 8 Jackson sweatshirts that I've made. It's the shorter length out of the 2 length variations. The Jackson has a dropped shoulder, so the shoulder seam is just here. I'm wearing a sports bra, just to say that. The shape might be slightly different to if I was wearing a standard bra or like a push-up bra or something like that. But I just wanted to be comfortable today. So I really love the colours in this one. This is a sweatshirt fabric from Jenny Stitches. It is a brushed back, So brushback French terry, so it's still quite lightweight and quite thin, but it does have a bit of a cozy feel. I've used ribbing fabric for the cuffs and the neckband and everything, and I tend to sort of do a bit of a French tuck with this style of sweatshirt, so it looks a bit like that. Just love the colours in this one, so I am going to hold on to this one. Although it has started to look a little bit faded, the black is definitely not as black anymore, just from where it's been worn and washed, but I still think this has got life in it, and I really love the colours. The purple in it is just gorgeous, so this one isn't going anywhere. So this is another one of my Jacksons. This is one of my earliest ones actually, possibly my first one, and this is a brushback sweatshirt, and again, so the same kind of fabric. I've never been totally happy with this one, and the reason for that is I didn't have enough of the black rib for the cuffs and the hemband, so I used just the fabric itself, and it doesn't have loads of stretch in it. It's got enough for me to get my arms in, and it's got enough to get this over my body, but I've just never been happy with it, and the fact that it's black here and then it's the same fabric here, it just doesn't do it for me, and it doesn't feel as comfortable as the other one. So I actually think I'm going to pass this one on. I could unpick the cuffs and unpick the hemband and replace them. However, I just feel that somebody else might get some wear out of it as it is. So I think I'm ready to let go of this one. Now, this one might look plain and boring and grey, and I guess it is grey. However, this is probably my most worn sweatshirt ever. It's made in a waffle knit fabric from First for Fabrics, and then I've used ribbing for the cuffs and the neckband and the hemband, and I don't know, just something about a plain grey sweatshirt is just really wearable, and I love this one. This is again the same style, it's the Helen's Closet Jackson in the shorter length, the same style as the other two that I've shown you so far. Now this one definitely has a couple of little stains on it somewhere, but I don't think I'm ready to let this one go. I think I still really like it. Like I said, it's just a grey sweatshirt, but it does have that lovely waffle texture, so it's not just plain grey. I'm not ready to let this one go yet, so this one's going to stay. Okay, another plain one, again, the Helen's Closet Jackson. This is made in like a knit effect fabric, so it looks like it's been knitted. I got this from So Much More, I believe, and they had it in a few different colours. I think they've just got it back in stock. And I just wanted a plain black sweatshirt, which would be really versatile and I could wear with lots of different things. And I love how slouchy and cozy this one is. I don't think I sewed it brilliantly. I think the hems and the seams are definitely a little bit wavy here and there. You can probably see sort of a little bit of bulk here. I think I've possibly stretched it out. Maybe I needed to handle this one a little bit more carefully. But again, I just love that slouchy style, and I kind of tuck it in a little bit at the front. I can wear it over my saltwater slip dresses, that looks really nice, and with a skirt, that looks really nice. So this one's definitely going to stay. I think I do need to make a couple more plain black sweatshirts, maybe in different styles. I fancy a V-neck one, and I've got some black fabric for that. Just a plain black, you can't go wrong really, and this one feels super soft and cozy. Another cropped version of the Helen's Closet Jackson. Well, it's not cropped, is it? But it's a sort of high hip length, so my hip bones are here, and that's sort of where the sweatshirt finishes, but it's perfect for me because everything I tend to wear on the bottom half tends to be high-waisted, so I really like this length. Again, I've used ribbing for the cuffs and neckband and hemband. This is a brushback French terry, but quite a lightweight one from First for Fabrics, and I love the colours in this. This has been worn a lot, and it's definitely started to get that slightly faded look and slightly fuzzy appearance. I don't tend to put my me-made clothes through the tumble dryer often. Sometimes they slip in by accident and I don't notice, but I tend to just hang them up to dry. I'm not sure if this one has possibly gone through the tumble dryer at some point. I'm not getting rid of this one anytime soon because I just love it. So another plain one this time, and this is in this gorgeous pink. It's made in a waffle knit fabric again. This came from Dots and Stripes at the Harrogate Knitting and Stitching show. I had to use the self fabric for the cuffs and everything because to get a match for this fabric, just was not possible, but also I didn't want a contrast, I want it to be the same, and it feels comfortable, to be honest, not like the other one where I'd use the self fabric. And I just love this one. It gives a real pop. It's very different to the plain grey waffle knit one. This one's a bit more vibrant, a lot more vibrant. This one gets a lot of wear, so this one isn't going anywhere. So I've got 2 more Jacksons to share with you. This is one of them, and then I've got one more. This one I made in the longer length, so you can just see the length there is a little bit longer. I made this and I made my son matching sweatshirts. I really loved this fabric and thought it was perfect for us both. I wore it when we were on holiday by the coast and it was perfect. However, I've just not reached for it since we've been back, and I think it's because it feels very holiday-y because of the waves and the sort of sea design. It's also not the most comfortable fabric. So this is a loop back French terry or loop back sweatshirting, but it's not one that has elastane in it, so it's 100% cotton, so it just feels a little bit not rough, but it's not soft. It's just not as comfortable to wear because it doesn't have that stretch, that elastane in it. I think the ribbing match is absolutely perfect. It matches with the waves in it. I've worn it once and I think maybe I should pass it on. Taylor's sweatshirt now doesn't fit him. My choices are I just pass this on as it is to somebody, or I chop it up and make it into a sweatshirt for Taylor that would fit him now. What do you think I should do with it? Almost seems a shame to chop it up, but I could get a sweatshirt for Taylor out of it. Thoughts, help me out. And this is the final Helen's Closet Jackson that I've got to share with you, and this one is made with the hood expansion pack. So Helen released a hood expansion pack for the Jackson and I wanted to try it out straight away, so I got this gorgeous loop back French terry from First for Fabrics with matching ribbing. So this is actually ribbing fabric that matches. Yeah, I made this and I absolutely love it. The only issue with this, and I need to sort it out before I can continue wearing it, is one of the aglets that I've attached to the drawstring cord has come off, and then I've just got this not very nice looking end of my drawstring, so I need to sort that out. I need to apply another aglet. I'm probably going to have to trim this down so I can put another aglet on and make that look really nice and neat. I've got the eyelets on, or the grommets, and I really love the hooded version of this. Again, it's the cropped version, so I can tuck it like that if I want to. The sleeves on this one feel a little bit short. I don't know if they've shrunk in the wash a little bit, but I love it. I love the colours in this, and I'd definitely be keen to make another hooded version of the Jackson. It is well and truly sweater weather now here in the UK. The temperature has definitely dropped and I'm not so much wanting to get out for my usual walks, and I'm trying to find ways to stay fit and healthy without leaving the comfort of my own home. And that's where the sponsors of today's video come in, Get Healthy U TV. Get Healthy UTV is your online resource for workouts, health tips and fitness inspiration. They have a huge range of workouts available in categories such as bodyweight, HIIT, strength, low impact, walking and so much more. Don't worry if you're not experienced in exercise and working out, because there are plenty of beginners options available too. I particularly like the calendar and the challenges features of the website, as I'm a person that likes having a structure and a plan to follow. I find this so much more motivating and easy to stick to. I'm currently following the Fluid Strength and Bar program, which combines dance, weight training and yoga. It's the perfect at-home fitness program to follow along with my usual CrossFit sessions at the gym. Get Healthy UTV are always adding new workouts to their website, so there's always something fresh and new to keep you motivated. There's also a really active community on there, so you can ask questions, share ideas and support one another. So if you would like to try it out, then the first 1,000 of my subscribers will get a full year's premium membership to Get Healthy UTV for only $1.49, which is an amazing offer. So don't miss out. Make sure you click that link, and it is valid for new members only. Thank you so much to Get Healthy UTV for sponsoring today's video. So another pattern that I've made a few times is the Nielsen Jara sweatshirt. I feel like this pattern is a really popular one, and you also get quite a lot of bang for your buck with the pattern because there's lots of different variations within it. The 3 versions I'm going to share with you are actually all the same style from the pattern pack. So they're just the standard cuffed version, hemband around the bottom, quite short, so again my hip bone's there, and this is where the Jarrah finishes. In terms of the difference between this and the Jackson, the shoulder is quite a bit more dropped, I would say. So although the Jackson has a dropped shoulder, the Jarrah shoulder seam definitely is more dropped. And then the fit is a bit more boxy. So whereas the Jackson comes in at the bottom and has that shape to it where the hem is narrower, if that makes sense, and you can kind of turn it over like that and you can tuck it in at the front. The Jarrah doesn't have that, it's very straight. So it's a more boxy, loose fit, especially as you go further down the sweatshirt. So this one is made in the Funfetti French Terry from Beyond the Pink Door. It is a brushback French Terry. I've used black for the cuffs and everything, and I love this one. Love this blue colour. This one's one of my most recent sweatshirt makes, so I'm not ready to get rid of this one. So this one is another Nielsen Jara, again the same version. This one is made out of a cable knit fabric. Now, I really like the look of the cable knit, I think it's lovely, but I'm not as keen on the reverse side of it. It's a bit like shiny because it is made from polyester. So this one does get a little bit warm, but not in like a warm cozy way. It's a bit more of a warm, not sweaty way. I wouldn't say get sweaty in it, but I think you'll know what I mean about polyester. It can have that sort of warm feel to it. I used ribbing for the cuffs, the hemband and the neckband because I needed the stretch that this cable knit has stretch in it. I wanted more stretch for the neckband and everything. So it's not an exact colour match, and when I'm looking down on it, it does look quite different. I don't know what it looks like for you, whether it looks the same or not. And the cable knit has started to bobble a little bit. This might be one that I'm ready to pass on. What do you think? And then the final Jarrah sweatshirt to share with you is this one. Now, I love this fabric. It's an alpine fleece. It's got that really furry reverse side to it, and I love the colours in it. I think the ribbing matches perfectly. I'm just a little bit unsure about the size of this one. This one is particularly boxy. Now, I think for my other two, I think I might have sized down because this one came out so big and boxy. I mean, if you look at it from the side. So I could either go in and adjust this one, just bring it in a little bit. That might be the answer because I do really love this fabric. I'm not sure I want to pass this one on just yet. What do you think? Do you think I should bother adjusting this one, or do you think I should just pass it on as it is? Right, so moving on to a sweatshirt that I have 4 of, and this is the Tilly and the Buttons Drew sweatshirt, which was released last year and became really popular because of the colour blocking opportunities. Now, this is the cropped version. It comes in 2 different lengths. As you can see, this is very cropped. So these jeans are high-waisted. My belly button is here, and this is where the sweatshirt comes to, so it's not even reaching the top of my jeans. So that style definitely isn't going to be for everyone. I love the colour blocking. I think it provides so much scope for having fun with patterns and colours and also using up scraps of fabric. I sewed this one up using See You at 6 French Terry, which was a remnant from Beyond the Pink Door, and then I took it into First for Fabrics and I matched it up with some plain colours of French Terry, and I think all of it works really nicely together. One thing I'm not sure about on this though is how high the neckline is. I think a lot of Tilly and the Buttons patterns do come up really high, and I find it a little bit close, if I'm honest, on my neck. But I do love the combination and the colours in this one, so I might hold on to this one for now. This was the first Drew sweatshirt that I made, and I made it in these beautiful colours of soft velour fabric from First for Fabrics. I made this when I worked there as like a promotion for the fabric and the pattern, and it's honestly one of the softest things ever. I'm not keen as much on the inside, again like the cable knit, it's got that polyester sort of shiny feel and texture on the inside, but the outside of it is so snuggly soft. I had to use the self fabric for the bands because I just couldn't find anything else that worked for them in terms of a ribbing fabric. I'm finding the neckline too high, and I think because it's velour up against my neck feels quite warm and quite close, so this one might have to go. I'm just not enjoying that at all, so I think this one's gonna have to move on. So this is another cropped one, and I've colour blocked it using leftover fabric from making the CC joggers. So I made it as a loungewear set. Now, like I said, this is cropped, as you can see. I actually lengthened the cuffs on this one just to give me a little bit more length and a bit more coziness on the arms. This one doesn't feel as hot, although it is still high on my neck, because it's like a cotton blend fabric rather than a polyester. It's not hot and doesn't feel as close on my neck, so I'm keeping this one because it looks really nice as a set with my CC joggers as well. So it's a really nice loungewear set to wear. And my final Drew sweatshirt to share with you is this one. So as you can see, this is actually the longer length of the Drew. So this one sits sort of at my lower hip, just below where my hip buttons are. I made this one out of an alpine fleece, and then I used ribbing for the cuffs. Now you can see the cuff there. I just think that proportionally looks really strange. The length of that cuff is just a little bit odd. And it also makes my wrists a bit cold. But yeah, I just think the proportions of that just aren't right. What do you think? I like the colour, but I feel like it's a little bit flat. And then on the inside, where it's like the alpine fleece furry texture, because it's been through the wash a few times, it feels a bit tired and a bit bobbly. It doesn't feel as soft as it used to. So I think this one's going to have to be passed on. See if somebody else would like this one. I'm not feeling it. So I was convinced when I was going to put this one on that I was going to say to you that I was going to part with it, because in my mind I'm not keen on this feature here. So this is the Closet Core Mile End sweatshirt. I made this in C6 French Terry. I think possibly that is the reason why I'm not ready to part with it. Their French Terry is honestly beautiful, the quality of it, and it feels so nice to wear. It's loop back, yeah, so lovely to wear, so lovely to sew with. I love their ribbing as well, because it's the ribbing that's got the actual ribs in it rather than being the flat rib, and I think that's why I love this. As soon as I put it on, I was like, oh, it's so comfortable. Never really quite got on with this feature, but it's not annoying me enough that I want to part with it, because I do actually really like the style. So it's got quite a wide neckline, as you can see. It is quite short. I do really like it. This is the only mile end I have. Well, actually, I've made the hooded version as pajamas, so that's why I haven't got it to share with you in this video, because I never wear that other than as pajamas. But I'm actually really liking this one, and I think I might need to give another version of the mile end a go. There's a version which is just a pretty straightforward version with, you know, neckband, hemband, cuffs. I think I might try that one because I'm loving the fit of this one. It's again a dropped shoulder. I love a dropped shoulder. It's just super comfortable, but I think it also suits me because I'm quite broad shouldered. I think a dropped shoulder style really suits me. So yes, this one's staying. The fabrics lasted really well too, because I think because it's such high quality. So although their fabrics are a little bit pricey, they are really high quality, and they'll have a new collection coming out soon, which I'm excited about. This is one that I made ages ago, and I made this and made a matching sweatshirt for my little boy. At the time, he was very little at the time. This is the Waves and Wild Driftwood Dolman. As you can see, super cropped. I think it might come in a longer version as well, but I made the cropped version. I wouldn't class this as a jumper because you couldn't really wear anything underneath it. It's more of just a top. You'd have to wear it on its own. But the fabric is lovely. It's from by Graziella, who I don't think trade anymore, which is a shame because they had some really nice prints. It's super soft and fleecy and cozy on the inside. I do really like this, but I just never reach for it. I think because it's so cropped, and you know, I don't mind showing off this area, but it's quite cold where I live. Don't want to catch a cold, do I? I might be ready to pass this one on. Just to say, it's another drop shoulder pattern. Definitely a fan. I don't know, I'm looking at it again and I think I might keep it. I think I've just sort of forgotten about it, and that's why I don't reach for it. I'm going to bring it to the front of my drawer and see if I reach for it a little bit more. Give it a month maybe, although now the weather's not ideal for this kind of thing, but I'll hang on to it for a bit longer. This is a sweatshirt that I made last year and I love this. This is the Petite Stitchery Zoey sweatshirt. So it's got this gorgeous V feature at the front that carries on onto the arms. I made it out of this ombre loop back French terry from First for Fabrics, and then the black is a brush back French terry from First for Fabrics, and then the cuffs and everything are made in ribbing. I love the length of the sleeves. I can pull them down and be nice and cozy over my hands. I love the loose fit. The neck is quite wide. If I remember rightly, there are a couple of different neckline options, and maybe I need to try the other one. So as you can see, because I'm wearing a sports bra, you can see that there. I probably wouldn't wear that with this. I would wear it maybe with a strapless bra or a bra where the straps are a bit wider so that you couldn't see them. but I love the style of this. I love the length of it. It's a bit longer than some of the others that I've shared with you, but I can definitely do that with it, or I can tuck it in a little bit at the front. I just love this. And when I made it, I was like, yes, this is my new favourite sweatshirt pattern. I'm going to make more. And I never did. This is the only one I've made. So I think it is time for me to make another one of these sweatshirts. They do a matching children's version too, so I could definitely make matching for Taylor and I. This is the StyleArc Phoenix sweatshirt. It's another one that I made, loved, and thought I'm going to make another one, and I didn't get around to it. So this one has pockets. It's slouchy and comfortable. It's a longer length, as you can see, and I've made it in a cable knit fabric. Because I've worn this and washed it so much, it's gone super bobbly. So I think it's probably time to, I'm not sure if I could even pass it on because of how bobbly it is. I could do. I love the colour of this so much, and it's had so much wear. I really love it. I love that it's got pockets. It's just super comfortable. Because of the quite specific colour of this fabric, I had to use the self fabric for the cuffs and for the hemband. Obviously, ideally I would use a ribbing fabric, but it just wasn't possible with this. But I definitely need to make another StyleArc Phoenix. I really love the style. Again, shoulder seam not quite as dropped on this one, but it is still a dropped shoulder. And yeah, this one needs to go because of how bobbly it is. And again, it's that polyester, like synthetic feel on the inside. But this one's going on my list for a new version this season. Now, this one's quite different in style. So this is the Sew Over It, I think it's called the Holly. I made this to promote the pattern and also the fabric. Now the fabric is it's like a jacquard knit or like a Ponte Roma style, so it is polyester, synthetic, and I can feel it as soon as I've put it on. It's very close at the neck, and although I love the sleeves, I think they're gorgeous, really lovely feature. This is definitely more of a dressy style, like a dressed up jumper. It's very cropped and fitted, but I'm just not comfortable in it because of how close it is and because of the polyester content of the fabric. Now, it would look better if I had an actual bra on with this rather than a sports bra. I just think for shaping that would look better, but I think I'm gonna have to pass this one on to somebody that would wear it a bit more often because I'm just not feeling it. Now this one, is it a jumper? Is it a jacket? I'm not quite sure, but this is the Pogonip Pullover by Friday Pattern Company. I made this in a beautiful loop back French terry from Jenny Stitches, and it took me ages to make this. I was supposed to make it for a challenge and then I didn't get around to it, and then yeah, it took me a long time, but I really, really love it. I think it's gorgeous. So you've got this elasticated band around the bottom so you can sort of tuck it under like that. You've got welt pockets and they're lovely and roomy, so that's super comfortable. You've got elastic around the cuffs. You've got this sort of neck that you can put your head into, and then that will keep you really cozy if you were out on a walk or something like that. I've used these beautiful heart buttons which go perfectly with the purple in the fabric. Sorry if anything's changed, I got cut off, my phone ran out of storage, so I didn't realise it had, and I was on to the next sweatshirt. So I've put this one back on. So yes, I was talking about the beautiful buttons that this one has, and I really love this sweatshirt. I don't know if I desperately want to make another one necessarily. It's quite an involved make, it's not a simple straightforward sew. I would like to make one in a Sherpa possibly, but I'd have to think about maybe not doing the welt pockets, using snaps instead of buttons. If you've made the Pogonip in a Sherpa fleece, do let me know. I do have a couple of gorgeous ones in my stash that I would like to get sewn up because they're taking up quite a lot of space, as you can imagine. So yes, I love this pattern, very comfortable, very cozy, and I need to wear it more often. I think it needs to come out of my jumper drawer in my wardrobe and maybe go with my outerwear, because that's what I see this more as rather than a sweatshirt. What do you think? And last but certainly not least is this one, which is the Chalk and Notch Paige hoodie. I made this, I think to go along with Rachel's sew along. When she did one on her YouTube channel, it was like a live sew along that she did, and yeah, I absolutely love this. So there are two different variations. One has a hemband, one has this drawstring feature, which as you can see is the one that I went for. So I can pull it in like that, I can tuck it under, and it just gives a different look to the hoodie. So it's got ribbing for the cuffs, it's got a hood, the pattern's called the Paige hoodie, and then it's got these drawstrings here, and I've used the metal grommets or eyelets as well, and I've got aglets on the end of my draw cord as well, just to make it look lovely and professional. This fabric is loop back French terry from wattle and slate, and it is gorgeous. I love it so much. Rachel and Ruan have both been talking about the Paige hoodie recently. They both have it in their autumn plans, and I think I need to put it into mine too. I've actually got one cut out that I've had cut out for about 2 years, and I've never got around to making it. So that one should be first on my list, but I definitely think I could do with another one too. I always forget how much I love this pattern until I put it on, and then it reminds me of how great it is. So I hope you enjoyed seeing all of my Me Made sweatshirts. What do you think? Were you surprised by any of those that I decided to pass on? Were you surprised by what was my most made pattern? I'm sure you weren't. I'd love to hear from you down below. What is your favourite sweatshirt pattern, and what is your most worn and most made sweatshirt pattern? They may all be the same pattern, or they may be different, who knows. So yes, share your thoughts with me, and then in the next video in this little series we're going to be taking a look at all of the sweatshirt fabrics I've got in my stash, and we're going to look at the patterns that I own but haven't made yet, and we're going to combine them together and look at some upcoming sweatshirt sewing plans for the season ahead. So I hope you've really enjoyed today's video. If you have, then please do give it a thumbs up and hype the video if that function is available to you. Links to everything will be in the description box down below, along with some affiliate codes and along with my Ko-fi account. That is always there. So thank you to anybody that has supported me on there. It's really appreciated. I hope you're all doing really, really well, and I'll see you again soon in my next video. Happy sewing. Bye.